Mede enchasonko ema daily trends etiefo enyina sabre daily trends da de bremu eno abia ena ene esande eba omangana nsem yensem no yenko na yenkuti ensem a ewo ho.
Viewers, something has happened in the criminal jurisprudence of Ghana today that has never happened before. Never happened. I'm not exaggerating. It's never happened before. So in criminal jurisprudence, one of the most important things is that an accused person has the case against the accused person has the highest standard of proof in criminal jurisprudence. The highest standard of proof is to establish something beyond reasonable doubt. Sometimes when we say this, people ask that, people think that every case is to be established beyond reasonable doubt. No. In criminal processes, the case against the accused person, the standard of establishing it, as far as what the court is looking at, the standard is that you have to establish it beyond any reasonable doubt. That means you have to establish it 100%. If you say Paul Ademochi has done X, you have to establish it 100%. If a doubt is raised so that your ability to establish it is dropped from 100 to 99%, the accused is free. You have not been able to establish the case against the accused. When you bring an accused person, they are not asking you to establish the case 40%, 50%, 60%. They want you to establish 101%. That is beyond any reasonable doubt. That's how it works. That is the law that we have inherited from Magna Carta, 1216 AD. Magna Carta, which is the Human Rights Bill. The main Magna Carta is in Latin. The main Human Rights Bill is called the Magna Carta. You can Google it. Those people who like to Google, Gen Z people, Google MAGNA, Magna Carta. It's a Bill of Rights. Or you can Google the Bill of Rights, it will come. It was in 1215. Maybe I'm getting 12. Maybe it's 1237. Maybe it's 1220 something. But it's 12 something. Way back at the time Oxford University was established, this principle was established in criminal jurisprudence that where an accused person is being accused, first the standard of proof should be high. 1215, yes, it's 1215, Magna Carta 1215. I read it way back in government, when we're doing government, A-level government. So sorry, I'm old, so when I say A-level, I know people can relate to it. A-level government, Magna Carta. We used to joke with it. Then we have nicknames. Some of the boys, we call them Magna Carta because they would chew the thing the whole night. Viewers, we learned, and we are happy that we did. So Magna Carta is 1215 BC, yeah? And it's established the Bill of Rights. Okay. So in that Bill of Rights, it is guaranteed that an accused person should be allowed to defend himself with everything that he wants to defend himself with. So if an accused person says that the person who knows the matter that I have to tell the court is Mr. Paul Ademochi, he lives in London and he's not able to find money to come, the prosecution system, the court system would have to find money to bring Paul Ademochi down, for him to come and say the thing that the accused person says. It is only Paul Ademochi who knows this thing, and it is only him who can give this information to the court. If the court gets this information, they will know that I'm innocent. If that happens, the courts, it is an obligation on the court to organize for the said Paul Ademochi to come from England to come and testify. That is the extent to which the law goes to protect the individual. Okay, they are giving me disclosure. It means that I'm spending too much time on the introduction. I'll move on very quickly. So this is the matter. Atacha comes to court and says that I want a discovery. So there's because of this right that is embedded in Magna Carta, which runs through all criminal jurisprudence. Because of that right, when I say jurisprudence, I mean the body of legal theory that governs criminal prosecution. That's what jurisprudence means. You can Google that as well. Jurisprudence is a Latin word again. Juris means law, prudence means prudence. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's because of that, the law has granted an application called discovery. Now, the application called discovery can be applied by defense counsel, lawyers for the defense. That application can be applied by them if they feel that the material that they will use to defend themselves, it is in the possession of the accused person or the government. So, for instance, X is being prosecuted, like Kwabena Dubois is being prosecuted, and then they've seized his passport. So his passport is at the CID. And then he says that I need the passport to be able to show you, not even that, that's not a good example. Kwame Edumwa is being prosecuted, and he says that on this matter, Srem-Sai cannot speak about it as Deputy Attorney General because that time he was in America. And then they say, yeah, Deputy Attorney General, you were not here, you were in America, so why are you speaking as if you were here? He says, I was here. They say, no, you were not here, you are lying. Now his passport is with him. It's not with me, it's with him. Now, the process of discovery allows the accused person, the lawyer for the accused person, to apply for discovery and tell the court that compels Srem-Sai to bring his own passport to the court that we can ascertain this matter. That's what discovery is about. So discovery recognizes that the accused person may need some material that is in the custody of the prosecution, who are more powerful than the accused person, and therefore the prosecution does not have the power to go and search accused person's house. They don't have the police. The defense does not have the power to search the prosecution's house. The defense does not have police. They don't have immigration. They don't have CID. They don't have airports. They don't have anything. They just have themselves and the law. So the rule of discovery is that where the defense counsel, so emasculated by their role as defense and their hands are cut off, that's what I mean by emasculated, they can apply to the court and tell the court that this material, it is in the hands of the prosecution. They should bring it. Because the prosecution will now be asked to bring something from within their fold that will be used to challenge their own case. So they may be resistant in doing so. So the legal system brings about the rule of discovery, that counsel can apply for discovery that this person should bring it so that we'll use against him. With that background, let's look at the meaning of discovery, and I'll show you what has happened in the Court of Appeal today. Black's Law Dictionary's 4th edition says discovery means the disclosure by a party of facts, titles, documents, or other things which are in his exclusive knowledge or possession and which are necessary to the party seeking the discovery as part of a course or action pending or to be brought in another court, or as evidence of his right or title in such proceedings. It's written for lawyers, so don't worry about the repetition and the punctuations that are made to settle everything. So that's discovery. The learned counsel for Kwame Edumwa, Atachia, was shocked to the bone and marrow when he found out that a bank statement, and you know this Kwame Edumwa thing is about banks, a bank statement has been brought to the court by prosecutor Srem-Sai. He brought a bank statement to the court. When he brought the bank statement, about 70 pages of the bank statement had been taken out. And he brings bank statement of only page 2 to the court. And then Atachia says, but I've not seen some of this before. What is the meaning of this? Where is the rest of the bank statement? Because we need the rest of the bank statement to make our case that whatever allegation you are making is unfounded. So long as you can produce the entire bank statement, we will show the court. Srem-Sai says, I can't give you the entire. How do you bring a bank statement from Advantage company, Kwame Edumwa's company? You publish their banks. You know that he's the owner. He also has a bank statement. But you publish the bank statement in the court, and you publish only small and leave the rest. I mean, viewers, how callous can people be? How wicked? You want to by force jail the guy, and you think you have the courts. By force, they want to jail him. Because viewers, how do you explain this thing? And that's why it was useful for an application to go for this trial to be shown on television. As for this Kwame Edumwa trial, it pains me that it's not on TV. It should have been on TV for everybody to see the disgrace and the embarrassment that is happening to our local jurisprudence. It should have been on TV for everybody to see. How do you say that an accused person cannot be entitled to a bank statement, the full bank statement, but you only want to bring 2 pages? Atta was beside himself with anger. The judge said Atta can go on with the case. He doesn't need those bank statements. That's the judge's opinion. Atta was outraged. He filed to the Court of Appeal. This is a high court trial. He goes to the Court of Appeal where 3 judges are looking at it. And again, that's how the jurisprudence has been set up. 1 judge at the High Court, 3 judges at the Court of Appeal. So if you don't like what a High Court judge has said, there will be 3 other senior colleagues of his to look at it for you. And if they look at it and they agree with him, then you know that you are getting out. If they look at it and they disagree with him, the Supreme Court is still available. But the Court of Appeal is 3 judges all the time, 3 judges. So it may be all 3 saying the same thing.
See don't get here.
Chairman.
Nana mo kase che won timi manage na mpesa mje say. Dey na see don't get here che ma won timi. Me pesa me te wase. Ah, nana kwa mpesa me te wase. Mo fan che me abedwafo. E dey no de che no. I say don't get here. Ana hwan bi Julo Zebra. Ana hwan. Na wa se mo kan tun kan no print mu sadanko.
Pesa che nana kwa kasa.
Nana. Ude yate me say o mo kase o mo do be back baby ti wa yate. Yeah, focus 2028 no. Enche na ba. Nana kwa. To be honest with you, Ghana ye di ankasa. Na mo host for mo kan ko. Oh. Mo host for no mo kan ko. The time say mo kan ko ni say. Eno me ko Ghana ni na muni. Muti bibi inflation da say. Dollar na ti aba say. Na mo de akam de twitwa ho ma NDC for no. Mo so muti ni na e pa hyehyem no. E ha mo muti minka. O ma to mo fa. Mo fa kra ni say mo almost media for Ghana ni na. Almost 90% is for that omo. That is a fact. I don't know mama ye ko. Oh na come say 90%. It is only mo abeti ma you ho free. Patch us na me kan.
Jennifer.
Oh. Na go yan ko ejina za na ebu no kra na me ka kira.
But
no kra na. Na come no kra na me come say. Muni.
Any said the be a internet I won't support us here mother pay.
Anakwa. Unim de ma me who say media for Ghana no me patch me ba. The man who say media for no. And this is for not to mo na mato ato o ebi
to media nigga cannot have not.
Ebi na kwa o mato mo du adomu su ko ne say issues meet me ba on o hwe say NDC for no hwe say media for no o mo be ka bi o mo ka ene o be media de bia right no light ya du mo light betena na obi ayedin adopa no betena konso nanim na obi a polish ne ho no be edu NDC for na no mama massage asem no no maka bokodu ba o mi so mo kan tantan basa because they feel that is obvious. It has always been obvious. And you're obvious. And now we're an intro. That's what I'm saying. Say Sam. Nana kwa insina Mrs. Sam. Nana kwa Mr. Wadaroma. Say me ka Mrs. Sam. Bronika sa Sam ebi mo ananya sa netie. It was all temasi. Die koso Ghana ha obi amia na no no. Iti ye ba ye fa dollar meto 1. Ye de beto 1 a ye nto light bill mu. Me boa. Ye de beto 1 a ene teacher trainee. Omo didi once. Some you aware. And then now must economy way dear. Che, mama min ka same way on. Debi ameka say biggest mistake on my year. To my moment you mo siki second term ni na kom. And it no man for job. The papa Justin Kodia wa ye adwuma siki second term dey adwuma ne man obeti my year. But your Muhammad in na man for man ho ye. If you say second chance no onya ye no. Suni enye na nada kwa. She say, o lecturer was set questions amount. Nada kwa feel. Ni ama akonya timi tourist university so ya we the lecturer catch them say jodi questions na me dey buy we fail no na me dey buy exam ye dey abeto anim bi wasa feel ye nya odai John Mahama is in the seat here. Oh yeah, obviously President Ben Abedi first time I went to Bantuaso nye John Mahama na kwa me say be busa said this is the city of John Mahama. What the presidents are what be no what is about they about then. Can you tell me some?
NDC ni beba.
The only you say no. Ubu say NDC ni say. A dear na John Mahama 6 years as a president. Why am I on my way? Obakasa den. Oh, your host, but you may busa. Mona musi Ghana ni na munya information. Since 6 years na John Mahama be the president no. Since kasa John Mahama. A dear na wabeya ama ya as Ghanaians. Obakasa den. Nana kwa obakasa den. Unya dinka. It's a wasteful 6 years. I'm telling you the truth. And nothing an NDC for any breast or better candidate as succeeding on.
What stabilize
economy? Yeah, but you say Obia stabilize the economy. So, but you make call because I too. You can say Obia stabilize the economy as such as him.
What must is Sikasema Jina brand?
Sikasema Jina brand in a way. $7. Every day me catch us $1 obusu your full inflation. Me
time na 23 na ba.
Inflation na 23 nene. Who dey never said that one. Who and ko busa say go. Nada kwa busa say go best. Nada kwa. Busa so go best. Go be na o ma se ho no. So woman inflation ba 1 impo. No be there 23. Now go be 85 nene go be 85. What is the sense in it? I'm asking you. Must beans and ya to so ayento. Na kwa ti o. Ya to so ayento. Beans na ya to so still ya koto abedi ya to. It doesn't make sense. Nada medical catch you say Ghana for no Srem. Omo de no me
fa bi entwam memo to so there am say me to so a yentimi am so production crew no e de man say sabe bi aba say nearly 30% of Ghanaians tend to betting to survive despite rising incomes. Said nearly 30% of working Ghanaians are increasingly turning to gambling. The benim se bi awe mu na
ana kwa say we dey self-explanatory. Abrehu semamba. Say mo si aban bi aba wan create jobs.
I said lotto so your business one.
Oh mba so me na eno nti wo ba wa wo na oba no. The dependent na enye on say obe betting we dey survive. Say no ma mu ya enka onipa no obe betting.
Ba twa lotto na be dia.
Oh say enka na so dodo say no odi.
Say Ghana fo nyina ya da ne lotto.
Just say
30%. Say adwuma bi ani ho tisa. Working guys one fan kan ho a.
Nana kwa che say munye. Ade na mo pesa mo beti ase. No maka ne simple and short.
They say ni ase ye be condemn ya ban bio.
Aman ni munye. Enye.
Ti aba na ye kana mo ma kire mo.
Enti nana kwa economy bia papa bia ni ba bia economy basa mumuna enye man this for ni nyoma dwen kra se omo ba wan so na omo ba be high kra emfa if so munye bibia afi Ghana for no hu se nana kwa ma ton mo color TV mo kofa black and white na omo sound Dr. Baumia hu bia mo kofa ntebe mu ba ko ba ene Ghana be bo
ntebe
na dia kai die na nada kwa no kure be ne wo enim nada kwa dia me kai me boa papa be ne wo papa nim
ntebe ne se spa ye adam fanye hwe na
until the amonya so munya be biti doctor at nimre ni Dr. Baumia nimre ni against every odd obey president 2029 na maminka reason tell na kwa unim say normal Baumia bo president Kufuor bebra na ewo ho no ana yede ma Ghana for no ye nuanu reba o ma be say bebre na denta Ghana for wo say mirika so ye ma ye nai boy to na akwohwe wadi ka na papa ho to won say ya hwe ye pa na nana so 2028 what is NDC asai win power ebi mo fa desert wako back to Libya they were corona say ni na no say ya hwe ye na Ghana ha say no matter the political party are supporting say wa amon paye anta doctor ni NPP achi na de ye bia anye ni ama power Ghana bebo to na de ko bibia say o bibia nkoye o suku asay hospital asay akwan munye bi Asante region me de region ha eye into introspective omo ba akwan be na omo ye
Asante region
akwan be na omo ye ka bi tire me
ha de akwan yo but also mo ye okay Poma ba be there dance na
oh ado Poma wa regional minister there's no Poma is supposed person for region and NDC for
try no training me mo
e me busa no
all banti na me pese me ha no ade no to no nim
oh they say oh yeah say Poma is supposed person for NDC some say also NPP
fantastic fine on e call
any other man you na me busa me mean say o speak for NDC or NPP oba na e be mu dey okay say o fan so intermediary dey am okay so dey me okay but Poma na ka so NPP
Poma presiding member
thank you very much. It's man can say minim so NDC ni say there because they say meeting in same car. As NDC. Oh no doubt about that. I don't have a problem with that. But the fact is say minim so kasama NPP. Anyways, and another comment to us on